Hi guys, in this lecture we are going to understand something called as cat face detection using OpenCV and Python. So in an image it is mandatory that we need to find cat face. Now for this image you also know that you need to have an image which will have cats. So you can go to the google.com or any other search engine and download some cat images, so that this program, after you execute, will make sure that all the cat faces will be detected properly as shown in the image below. So let's start walking through the coding. First, as you see, we will import the packages and construct the argument parser. So we need two packages for this code. First is argparse and second is of course CV2. Now we need argparse because we are going to pass arguments. I mean to say arguments in the sense like we are going to execute this program using command prompt. So for that we need argparse module. So if you have argparse module installed, it's fine. If you don't have, just go to command prompt and type pip install argparse and your module will get installed. Now this package for me is special because this package is used for executing the program dynamically, because you can pass different arguments while executing the program. So after importing both the packages, we will make a variable known as AP, and this package argparse has a data member known as argument parser. This will enable the argument parser. So and allow us to pass arguments. Now we add two arguments. For that we use ap.add_argument. The AP is that variable which we created prior. Now the first parameter is -i, which will tell you that it is an alias for the argument. The second parameter is that parameter which you will pass during the execution of the program. In this case I have written cats, means --cats. Next is required is equals to true. If you set required is equals to true, it means that you need to pass this during execution. So if you want to pass this during execution, you need to set required is equals to true, else required is equals to false. Now help is an optional parameter, but I will advise that help should be included in the add argument function, because help will tell you that if you have gone wrong, where exactly what arguments is linked. So for example here, if you see that it is written path where image is saved. So if I am going wrong, it will point me that this cats is actually the path where the image is saved. So I have to pass the path where I have saved my image. The second argument which we are going to pass is the cascade file. So I have used here --cascade. Now, like in previous we had required, here we have default. So you can have required here also, but during execution you need to pass #cascade. But since the #cascade file is very big, we will keep the #cascade as default. Now if you install OpenCV, you will find many of the #cascade files. Also with that, you will basically find these two special #cascade files, that is #cascade frontal cat face and #cascade frontal cat face extended. So you can use both of these. I have used #cascade frontal catface.xml. Now here I have also used the help argument which will help me during the execution, which says cascade file used. So after passing the arguments and adding the arguments, we have to pass one more variable which is called as args is equals to where.ap.parseArgs. Now here this is the end of passing the argument. This line is mandatory. If you don't write this, you will get an error. So next we will read the image. For reading the image, you might know that cv2.imread is used for reading the image. But since the image we are passing as the arguments, we will write args is equals to cats. Now this and this should match. If this is something else and this is something else, you will get an error. Next is you need to convert your image into grayscale. So for that we have declared a variable gray and we pass cv2.cvtcolor. In that we pass image and the conversion format, that is cv2.color underscore bgr to gray. You know, OpenCV basically has the color format in BGR, so BGR to gray. Next we initialize the detector because detector is important to detect the faces. So we use cv2.cascade classifier. Cascade classifier is another function which will actually initialize the cascade file. So since also the cascade file also is an argument, we will pass args cascade. Okay, next is rex. Rex is a variable which is used to support the detector. So we pass one more function which is called as detect multiscale, but you need to pass this with the detector variable. Means the cascade variable which you have initialized. In this case, this is in this case it is detector. Next, you pass the gray image. The scale factor is 1.3. The min neighbors is 10, and min size is 75 into 75. Means the image will be 75 in width and 75 in height. Min neighbors is 10 means the bounding box which is used for detecting the image will be 10 spaces far away. Scale factor we are taking as 1.3. You can try and experimenting taking less, taking more, etc. Now we use for loop. For for loop we need to use the enumerate function. We are enumerating with rex. So we have x, y, w, h along with the iterating variable I. X and y will be the variables taken by the user, and w and h will be width and height. So for drawing the rectangle on the image, we have the function provided by cv2, that is cv2.rectangle. In that we will pass the image which we are going to pass during the execution, then the xy coordinates, then we will also add the width with the x and h, that is the height with y. Okay, next is the color code. I have used here green since it is BGR. So 255 stands in the position of green, so it will be green. And 2 is the thickness, like the bounding box should be thick, the thickness, that is how much thick you want. Next is writing on the image. For that you have a function cv2.putText. Now putText is cv2's method, so we are using cv2.putText. In this also we will pass the image. I have written here cat and have written the brace bracket. Now brace bracket indicates a placeholder. In this placeholder we are initializing with the format I plus 1. Since you know in Python the for loop starts from 0 and goes till length of n minus 1, that is minus 1 the higher limit. So it will start from 0 plus 1 1, so cat 1, 1 plus 1, so cat 2, and so on. We are also passing x and y, but x and y plus 10. This position also you can experiment and check how it is detected. It is self-explanatory. We have using the font Hershey Simplex. If you don't know much about the fonts, you want to experiment, feel free to go and search for CV2 fonts. You will get a variety of fonts. I have used here a simple Hershey Simplex font, and also the font size. Then we are also passing the color for the font, that is green, and the thickness, that is 2. Then we want to show the image, so we use cv2.imshow. We write image and the image which we are passing. Then we end the program with cv2.wait key 0. So here the program gets over. Now let's execute. I go to the command prompt. I have the path initialized where I have to execute the code where I have saved. So here we execute the program. Say Python catface.py, since the file name is catface. Now in the program you might remember that we had initialized -- cats for the image, right? So we will use that argument cats. I have saved the images inside cats folder, so I'll have to pass this folder also in the command prompt for execution. So I use cats and then the image name with the extension. So the image would be, say, group5.jpg. Now this image I had saved with the name. So this is the syntax for executing the code using command prompt. That is, you start with Python filename.py and the arguments. In this case, the image is saved in a separate folder. If you have saved the image in the same folder and not in a separate folder, then the cats and this slash would not come. So we will press enter and execute it. It will take some time. As you can see, the face is detected properly with cat 1, cat 3 and cat 2. In this image we had 3 cat faces, so it has detected properly. We can try one more image where I will use cat2.png. Oh, I got an error. It says that this image does not exist, so we have passed an empty image, so this extension is not valid. I'm sorry. So it must be JPG, so we'll pass JPG. And in this image also cat face is detected properly. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, like and share it with your friends. Happy learning. Thank you.